This is the Xbox Elite Series 2, or as we're going to call it, the Xbox Elite 2 controller. It's $180. It ships on November 4th. We're going to unbox this and tell you our first impressions of this, and then we'll have a separate video comparing it directly to the Series 1 controller. I'm Josh Smith with GottaBeMobile.com. Here's what you need to know. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. And here you'll see right off the bat we have our carrying case, and that's where the controller and I believe a lot of the accessories are. Let's just double check by lifting this out. Looks like we have our charging cable and some documentation down below. So we'll take a look at those after we look at the controller. We had a carrying case for the Elite Series 1, and that was a pretty nice setup. So here we go ahead and open this. We have a very similar look and feel. We have a little spot up here to store that charging cable, and then we have our Elite Controller 2 in the box. With this, we also have one of our new features, which is the wireless charging block. So when you set this on your entertainment stand or on your desk, you can just set your controller right on it, and this is USB-C. And we can also USB-C directly into our controller. Other things that are included here are a little tab, and this is how you're going to adjust some of the settings. This is metal, has a really nice feel to it, and you can keep that in here so it doesn't get lost. And one really cool thing that you can see that little opening in the back of the case? You can do charge through passing. So if you need to charge your controller up, you can charge it while it is in this, which is really nice. And you can either plug that right in, or you can, it looks like, plug this in to the case and then set your controller on it and it will charge in there. So that's a handy option. Down here, you'll see that we have some openings, and basically this is where you can keep all of your accessories. So we have various thumbstick options as well as a D-pad, and then the controls will sit in there that are on the bottom, and this should sit in there, so you have a nice way to keep everything handy. As we come over to the actual controller, we have our thumbsticks that you can remove and then put back on, and so you can adjust which of those you want. That's something that is the same on the original, and same goes for the D-pad. You can use this style or you can use a standard D-pad. This will change profiles, and you'll see that there's a spot for a bunch of lights, so there's 3 profiles that you can store, one for each different game. We have our blacked out controls, and then we have this grip that covers much more of the controller. It has a really nice in-hand feel, and I really like the Elite controllers. I've been using the original Elite for quite some time. Mine recently broke down, which is a question of durability. Will the new one hold up better over time? If we flip over to the back, you'll see some familiar sights if you've already used an Elite controller. We have these little controls, and basically you can customize these so that they will allow you to click on them and you can choose what you want them to do. I typically replace jump or crouch in a first-person shooter, or reload in a first-person shooter, slide, something like that, so that way I can control that down here and not have to take my fingers off of the thumbsticks, and that really does give you a nice edge. Now, one thing that I'm going to be taking a close look at is how well these bumpers hold up. They look to be a little bit better build quality just at first glance than in the Elite Series 1. I played a lot of Black Ops 3 with the Elite Series 1, and that was a game where you were sliding and jumping quite a bit, and I had those tied to my right thumbstick, or to my right controllers here, and I actually wore a hole with the little dimple that pushes in into the part that registers the touch, and so it didn't work quite as well as it did on day one. Now down here at the bottom you can see our charging contacts, and then you'll see another thing that we have is the option to control the trigger. So right now I can fully depress this trigger. You can see it can go all the way in. If I move this down 1, it's going to stop that trigger earlier, and I move it more and it'll stop that even quicker. And so you can adjust the trigger sensitivity here. A lot of times I'll keep mine around this area. This is a new option, so on the past you only had 2, now we have 3, and what that does is allows you to reset quicker. So if you're playing a first-person shooter where you need to fire quicker, you can get to that endpoint faster. And there's also some advantages in terms of sensitivity when you play with something like this. I'm looking forward to seeing how well I like the third option on this. I think that'll be a nice touch, and you can adjust a lot of these sensitivity options in the game. So you're going to be able to open up the Xbox Accessories app on your controller, and from that you can go ahead and you can fine-tune some of the movement so you can snap quicker and you can also adjust the sensitivity where this will register as full. So even if you can't depress it all the way, when you have it set at, say, the midpoint, you're going to be able to adjust how that works in game and how that's registered, which is really handy because it's great if you're shooting, but sometimes it won't register as full when you press that down if you're driving a car in that same game. I like that we've moved over to USB-C because I almost always have a USB-C charger with me. The textures on the front triggers are a nice touch, and then the grip does come around quite a bit more to the front. Everything feels really nice build quality. I like the matte black, I like the silver, and it looks and feels really nice in my hand. I'm gonna test it out here in just a few minutes. One thing that'll be interesting to see is how well the battery holds up. It's rated for 40 hours, but the big question is, how will this be doing in 2 or 3 years or in 4 years? And is it going to be easy to replace that if we need to? Durability has been an issue with the Elite Series 1. My right trigger no longer allows me to change the options for the trigger pull, and I know a lot of friends have had issues with the grip and with the bumpers and the triggers. So hopefully the quality has improved along with that higher price point that we get on this. This is $180 compared to $150. In with this, we also get our charging cable. So we'll pop that out. This is a nice braided USB-C to USB, so you can plug that right into your Xbox to play if your battery does die. You can also plug this into our wireless charger. So we'll take a closer look at that right now. Here you can see there are 3 contact points, so it's not inductive. You're setting it on this and it's going to start charging. There's USB-C on the back end here, so you can set this on your entertainment stand or on your desk, have a nice look along the front. Then you can just set your controller in this. This is weighted, so it has some heft to it, but there are magnets, so it's going to stay on there. And then the grippy area here on the bottom, so when you pick this up off your desk, you're going to be able to get started playing. And this looks like a really nice upgrade from the previous generation. One completely new feature is the ability to adjust the tension of the thumbsticks. So if I pull this thumbstick off and you look down in here, you'll see there's some little grooves. So when I stick this in, I can actually turn this 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 settings, and this will adjust how hard it is to move that thumbstick around. So right now I have a very thick tension, or very stiff tension. So you can kind of see that there's a little bit of a pushback or a little bit of tension there. If I dial this back all the way and put this thumbstick on, this moves much faster, it's much snappier. So you can fine tune this and get just where you want. This will allow you in a first-person shooter or in a racing game to more quickly get to where you want. It'll take a little bit of adjusting both to your style of play, to the tension on here, and to in-game or in the Xbox Accessories app settings, but that's going to allow you to fine-tune some of the controls to better suit your needs. Thanks for joining me to take a look at the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller. We'll have another video up comparing it directly to the Elite Series 1 controller that I've been using for the past several years. You can find out more over at GottaBeMobile.com. There'll be links down in the description to buy this. Retails for $180. We were able to find this one right here in our hands for $160 from Costco, so check that out, see if they have it back in stock. If you found this video useful, please leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to know about this. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more from GottaBeMobile. Thanks for watching.